Instagram. Good afternoon, Facebook. This is day number 3 of this series I've been doing on 3 reasons why you need a side business. All right. So, 3 reasons why you need a side business. And listen, I want to talk to you folks over here on Instagram. I want to make sure that you are tracking with this. I'll need you to put some stuff in the comments later on so y'all hang with me. But 3 reasons why you need a side business. And if you missed yesterday and the day before, go back to my page on Instagram and go back to my page here on Facebook, and you can find reason number 1 and reason number 2. All right, listen. Before I jump too far in, I want to give you a little bit of background. If you don't know who I am, my name is Kimon Hines, my name right here on my page, and I'm a business coach and a minister. And I help people to discover their ministry, help them to develop it into products and services, and then I help them to deploy it out into the marketplace. And that's one of the reasons why I'm hosting an event on Monday, this coming Monday, September 25th at 7 p.m. Eastern. It's a 2-hour free event. Somebody put free in the comments because it's free 99. It's a free event to help people to monetize their ministry. I'm only going to spend a little bit of time on this today, but I feel like I always have to educate people. When I say monetize your ministry, this is not an event just for pastors. I'll say that again. This is not an event just for pastors and paid clergy. This is an event for anyone who feels like I want to help people, because that's what ministry is, helping people. I want to increase my impact while I help them. So I want to help more people than I'm helping now. And lastly, I want to receive income for it. Because here's the truth. If you get income for it, thank you, Gamal, free 99. If you get income for it, you can give more time to it. You can put resources into it, and you can help more people, right? But if you're not making income, you can only do so much of it. And so that's why we're doing the free event. And for my folks here on Facebook, I'm going to go ahead and put up the graphic for you. And if you're watching on the replay, you're going to be able to see the graphic as well. So here it is, Monetize Your Ministry Summit, and it's taking place on Monday. And if you have not registered, if you are one of the people, if you have not registered, go to mymsummit.com. Gamal, because you're my boy, I'm going to ask you put it in the chat for me, mymsummit.com, mymsummit.com. Gamal says, if you help people, want to increase your impact and make more income, this is for you. Absolutely. So put mymsummit.com. Facebook, I'm back looking at you. Go to mymsummit.com. All right. So I've been talking about 3 reasons why you need a side business. And I'll start off by saying, I've talked before about helping people start businesses. And sometimes people have the impression, if you say start a business, you mean leave my job, walk off my job, quit my job. And I'm not there. Right? Like all of us, we ain't got that kind of faith, and we got more bills sometimes than we're able to just do that. But notwithstanding, maybe you can't go all the way full time into business as your only source of income. But what I'm encouraging you is that you need a side income, right? A business on the side. If you have a job, you should have your own business on the side. You should. Like, in fact, you need to have your own business on the side. I'm making a bold claim. I'm just putting it out here. Folks on Instagram, folks on Facebook, I'm making a bold claim that you need to have a business on the side. Y'all folks over here on Facebook land, make sure you drop something in the comment. Just tell me where you're watching this from. I just want to know who is on here. And if you're on Instagram as well, just drop it in the comments. Let me know who's watching. But you need, that's the word, you need a side business. And I'm going to give you 3 reasons, right? So if today's your only day, I'm going to recap, but I'm going to spend much more time on the 3rd one. So reason number 1 why you need a side business is you need to diversify your income. You need to diversify your income. Your expenses are diversified, right? You pay a whole bunch of people. You're paying the rent or the housing bill, right? Your mortgage. You're paying your utilities. You're buying food. You're putting gas in the car. You're paying for transportation, right? You're buying clothes. You're doing entertainment, right? You're doing things that you enjoy, experiences, all out of one source of income. But what happens if that source goes away, right? It's not like all of the bills go away. And so what I'm saying is if you develop another source of income. What happens when that one may go away, right? Like you have job security. Your job is going to be around forever. The job may be around forever. They don't have to keep you forever. So if your job goes away, having a side income allows you to be able to take care of some of those expenses, or maybe you give more time so you can take care of more of those expenses than you could have before, right? With just the amount you were getting while you had the full-time job. But it allows you to have income diversity, to diversify your income. And then just we said this on Wednesday. Having a side income, a lot of times our jobs can take care of our expenses. They cannot take care of our experiences, like vacations for your family and trips that you want to take and things that you want to do for fun. You can't do it a lot of times with your job because it takes care of your expenses. And maybe you just want a little bit more to take care of experiences. We just enjoy this world that God has created. Listen, if you're watching this on Facebook, please share it. Somebody needs to get this, all right? So, reason number one, you want to diversify your income. And Instagram, tag someone in here who needs to hear this. Reason number two, talked about this yesterday, to develop your skills. To develop your skills. And let's just say this. You might get frustrated on your job because your job's not treating you right. You feel like they're cramping your style. You're not able to use your creativity. You're not able to do all the things that you can do. You bring up great ideas, they shoot it down, and you feel like your job is a box you're trapped in. And I just want to let somebody know, no matter how good your job is, no matter how open they are, they cannot use all of your skills, all of your gifts, all of your creativity, all of your ideas. And if you don't have an outlet of your own that you're allowed to use those creative ideas that you have, it will continue to frustrate you. Some of us, we're frustrated on our jobs and we think it's the job's fault. And I'm just telling you, unless you get something of your own that you can develop your creativity, you can develop your skills, you can use some of the skills that you're not using on the job. Unless you get something of your own, you will continue to be frustrated on your job. So have something of your own. They won't let me do this on the job. Well, if you have your own, you can develop that skill that's not being utilized. Because here's the truth. Your job isn't meant to use all your skills. It's meant to do the thing it needs done to get the job done. And you might have the skills it needs, but then you have more than that. So you having a side business allows you an opportunity to develop skills, to use skills that you're not using on your job. So number one, as a recap, it allows you to diversify your income. Number two, it allows you to develop your skills. If y'all tracking with me, somebody put a yes in the comments. If you're tracking with me, just put a yes on Instagram, put a yes on Facebook. Let me know you're tracking with me. Let me know it makes sense before I get to reason number three, right? I'm not saying leave your job, right? So don't go telling anybody, Kimon told me leave my job. Kimon told you need to start a business, a side business. Give your job their due. Work hard on the job. Don't rob the job of their time. But make sure you have something of your own where you can diversify your income and where you can develop your skills. Rashawn said, I need this. He's in Orlando, Florida. Michael McHenry, what's up, Michael? All right. I see you, Cokes. All right. Rashawn said he's tracking. All right. So reason number three, right? This is today. And I'm going to just say this. I think I have a bonus for you today. So I have three, but I also going to slip in four if y'all don't mind. So reason number three, why you need a side business, it allows you to discover your passion. And let me talk about this just a little bit. A lot of people I hear when we talk about starting your own business, starting your own thing, a lot of us say, I don't know what my passion is. I don't know what my purpose is. I don't quite have it all figured out, right? I don't have it all figured out what I should be doing. Mike McHenry says, Kimon told me leave my job. Yeah, you go ahead and tell him that. I got proof on video. All right, so listen, a lot of us, we think, well, I don't know what my purpose is and I don't know what my passion is. And there's some school of thought that, I really want to just challenge that. You may not just have one passion, right? But maybe there's one. What's the one I need to start with? Thanks, Cokes. So that's a word, like for real. Now, this is something I want to drop for someone. Like, Do not miss this. And you might want to tag some people in on this because you need to hear this. Somebody needs to hear this today. Here's what it is. We think the way I figure out my passion is I sit and I wait for just a light bulb to go off in my head, right? Like we feel like if I just, ooh, what's my passion? 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 That one day, boom, we'll just go, that's my passion. That's what I need to do. What's my purpose? Let me just sit here, don't do anything, and then purpose comes to me. But I'm just going to tell you, from my experience, my coaching experience, the work I do with people, the stories you hear of people who've built anything, started anything, who've grown anything, that's not how we discover our passion. We don't just wait for a light bulb moment. In fact, we figure out our passion through taking action. It's a weird dance. It's a movement. It's a dance between movement, doing something, and then meditation, thinking about what you did and thinking about how you felt and thinking about your story and thinking about your experiences and thinking about your expertise. So it's a little bit of thinking, but it's also moving. And I think if you don't do some movement and take some action, you won't discover your passion. Now, on the other side, if you only move, and some of us are moving so frenetically, we don't ever have a chance to just think, what brings me alive? What gets me excited? What really fuels me? So we can't figure out our passion. And so for some people, here's where I want to talk to you about why you need a side business. For some people, we think, I can't start a side business. Estes, you get passion in action. I love that. Estes Taylor, what's up, my brother? So for some people, we think, I can't start a business. I can't start my side business because I'm not sure I have my passion nailed down. I'm not sure I got my purpose nailed down. And what if what I suspected was my passion wasn't my passion and I started a business with it and I wasted time and I wasted energy and I did all of this? We feel like if I start and I'm not 100% sure about my passion, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. And we feel like we got to start over, like those games where they take all your money in Monopoly, you go back to the beginning and you almost have to start. Do we feel that's how life goes? And I'm just going to tell you, that is not how it goes, right? I'm just going to also say this. There is no wasted learning. There's no wasted experiences. And there's no waste in what you're doing to build something. Because if I start a business and it's not what I suspected my passion to be, then you have an opportunity to pivot. You have an opportunity to change. The business you start doesn't have to be the business you keep. But unless you start something, you'll never have a business. So if you keep waiting and waiting and waiting for perfect day, for the sun and the moon and the stars and everything to line up, and for light bulbs to go off and all the signs when you go down the street telling you passion here, this is your thing. If you keep waiting for that, you will never begin. Let me tell you something. This is not about passion, but this is just about starting when things aren't perfect. My phone has a crack right now in the screen. And so it makes it so that when I'm on camera, it looks like it's hazy. And some of you might be thinking you need to wipe your camera off. It just has a crack. So it makes this thing that has this weird light. And I've thought about going live before. And I thought to myself, well, if I go live, it's going to look crazy. And I just said, listen, I got to start because there's stuff I need to share with people online. And I'm allowing this small imperfection to stop me from sharing major messages for people. And I'm also going to say for you, if you feel like, listen, I have some knowledge of what my passion might be, I encourage you to start because the business you start doesn't have to be the business you keep. And here is the truth. If you start something and it's not the thing that's your passion, it can be the thing that leads you to the thing. I'll say that again. If it's not your thing, right? I'm not 100% sure. Well, one of the ways you figure out your passion, one of the ways you discover your passion is to actually start a business. is to actually take action. It's to actually, hey Gwendolyn, how you doing, Miss Wade? Good to see you. Charleston, Missouri. It's to actually begin doing something, and in the doing of it, you begin to even figure out, wait a minute, I like that. When I did that, this resonated with people, and it resonated with me. When I shared this on this particular topic, when I created this, like I started maybe cooking and I was cooking this, but then I realized, wait, that's not what I want to do. I want to do this. And as you start, what starts happening is your creation of this side business actually allows you to begin discovering what you're passionate about, right? Like, I want you to hear this. Like, this is big for me, because for so many people, and especially for younger people, I feel like a lot of people, they're waiting. This is career wise, this is business wise. They're just waiting for a light bulb to go off to do something, when the way the bulb goes off is by doing something. You discover your passion by starting your side business, trying things you can't try on anybody's job, and you start doing some stuff and you realize, wait a minute, I like this. This is my thing. Let me tell you. So I have the opportunity of not just coaching people who are building businesses based on the things that they're good at and the things that they're passionate about and the things that they serve others with. I have the opportunity to interview people on my podcast. And I cannot tell you how almost every person gets on here and they tell me, listen, I was doing this thing. I started a business talking about this. I started a virtual assistant business, and I was doing VA work for people. I was helping people as an administrative person online. And as I started doing this, people started saying, hey, listen, when you talk about sales, that's the thing that I get the most from. And when they talked about sales, they recognized in themselves that something came alive, and they discovered their passion. Hear me now. They discovered their passion from doing business. And one of the reasons you need a side business is you need an outlet to discover your passion. I'm going to let that breathe a little bit, because I feel that. I feel that there's somebody, you want to know, what's my thing? What's my area of purpose? What's my area of passion? What should I be doing? What should I build this thing on? And I'm telling you, you don't need 100% clarity. Listen, if you have 50, 60, 80% clarity, get started, right? Because there's going to be some murkiness everywhere. And once you start, you don't have to keep the same thing. Like, I've pivoted a few times, and people pivot all the time, right? Like, your favorite brands, your favorite business people, everyone's pivoting out here, and they start and then they shift, and you allow yourself the grace and the room to start and then pivot, and understand, if it's not the thing, you're not going to waste time. You're not going to waste energy. You're not going to waste money. It'll be the thing that leads you to the thing. The only way you fail is if you stop, if you give up, if you just quit. That's the only way that failure happens. But if you keep on moving, you'll discover passion. All right. So let me give you the 3 again that I just gave, and I have a bonus for you. So here are the 3. And if you're a write it down person, write this down. Diversify your income. Reason number 1, why you need your side business. Reason number 2, develop your skills. Reason number 3, discover your passion. And I could not help but share reason number 4. And I don't know if I can share it tomorrow, so I'm just going to share it today. So even though I said 3 reasons, it's 4. Y'all forgive me. Reason number 4 is this: helps you define your legacy. One of the reasons why you need your own side business, it helps to define your legacy. And that's big for me. It's big for me because a lot of us, we give all of our time, all of our work time and all of our intellectual property to an organization. And praise God for those organizations, because in return, they give you a check. For that check, you take care of your family. That's wonderful. But if you ever leave that organization, if you retire, if they let you go, If somehow you part ways, you move to another company, everything you create under their name while they're paying you for it belongs to them. And I learned that lesson the hard way. So you can't take your job with you. You can take your creativity, but you can't take your work with you. Secondly, you cannot pass down a job. Well, maybe you could, but not in the real sense. You can't gift your job to your children, to people who you care about. You can't gift that to them. But if you start a business of your own, you can give it to whoever you want to. You can pass that on, right? Like legacy, you pass it on to someone. So that's a part of it. Why you need something of your own. Here's the word OWN, something of your own. I cannot stress enough how important it is for us to have things of our own. Like ownership is the word, right? So maybe somebody put it in the comments for me. Put the word own, something you own, something that's yours. But I've learned something. So yeah, define your legacy. The reason why you need your own side business, you need to define your legacy. But here's something more. I've seen this in my life, and I've seen it with others who I've worked with. When you take steps now, and let me, before I get there, all the people that you look at, the Rockefellers and the big name businesses, they're actually family businesses. They started something and they passed it down from generation to generation, right? Well, don't just hate the player. Learn the game, learn the rules, and do it. But here's something I've noticed. You starting, growing, building your own side business actually inspires others to step out and to do something of their own. You starting, building, growing something of your own inspires others to take action on the thing they've been sitting on. Some of those others might be your peers, people who might work in the same field, in the same career. Some of those might be family members and friends who kind of look at you and say, man, I can't do that. But wait a minute, if you're doing it, I can do it. That's all of that is legacy. But here's the one that I am so excited about. Some of those may be people who are younger, including your own children, your family members, and others who look up to you, who watch you step out and build something of your own. And some of those people say, wait a minute, I don't know what age you are, I don't know what stage you are, but if they're starting, maybe where I am in my life at this stage, I can try. So I may not be able to do what you're doing right now, but maybe I can build something. So I've watched in my own home as I've started my own side business. It inspired each of my children to take what they had and to build something of their own. For one, it was let me start making nails and selling it. For the other, let me start doing t-shirts and selling it. For the other is let me start doing some technology stuff and working behind the scenes for people with my own thing. Because if you can do it, you're inspiring me to take a chance and to use what I have. I just want to encourage you. Others are watching you. They're watching you. They talk to you about your ideas. They talk to you about the things that you have going on. They encourage your creativity. They look at the stuff you got going on and they say to themselves, wait a minute, you're not doing anything with it. But if you start doing something with it, you're inspiring them to say, wait a minute, she took action. She actually put something together. She actually hosted a night where she was selling the stuff that she was giving away for free. He actually took action. He actually set up something and began telling people, I can do that. So they look at you after you take action and they say to themselves, if you can do it, I'm going to try. I'm going to give it an effort. I'm going to actually begin putting something in place. And they may not even tell you. That's the craziest thing about legacy is there are people you're going to impact and inspire who may not even come back around to say, hey, because you did it, I did it. And so your legacy goes way beyond what you can even think or imagine. So when I'm telling you today that you need to start a side business, I'm telling you not from what I heard, not just from what I read, I'm telling you from what I've lived. It's allowed me a few things: diversification of income, development of skills that no job would have developed in me. It's allowed me to discover my passion, and it's allowed me to define my legacy. And as we talk about discovering passion, I was not on this train of monetizing your ministry a few years ago. But as I kept going, God kept bringing confirmation by bringing people to me who wanted to serve others. Yeah, some of them were pastors, right? And I've worked with pastors to help them. But some of them were just believers who had a heart, people who said, I cannot keep watching people with this health challenge and not do something about it. I cannot keep watching families go through this. I cannot keep watching people with their finances like this. I have to do something. And whether they had a title, they didn't. But they are just ministers because they want to serve people. Because they want to serve people, they said, how can I package this in a way that I can reach more people and gain income so that I can put more of my time into this? One of the people I work with, I'm watching her now. She is off at a conference somewhere. She worked for an organization before, and now she's stepped away so she can give more time because she's dealing with a critical health need. And she says, listen, I can't split my time. I just can't split my time. I got to give all of my time to this because this is her ministry, right? This is, hey, Cherie, this is her ministry, and she wants to do more of it. And I'm not telling you leave your job again. I'm just telling you that what God has given you to serve other people, you got to get it out there because people need it. People need it. And when you do it, you become more of who you're supposed to be. I ain't even planned to say that, but that came out of me. When you step out and do the thing God calls you to do, develop that thing, package it, put it out there, even though it may not be fully everything that it's going to be, you become more of who you're supposed to be. And you begin actually figuring out, this is what God called me to do. I'm not just called to sit in buildings every weekend, listening to other people. I'm called to help people. That's my ministry. And that ministry might be through helping them with their finances, helping them as parents, helping them with their health, helping them to write their books and get them out there. Whatever it is, you need to start that ministry. What's up, Denise? And so listen, this is my last day. Don't sit on those God-given gifts. Fear holds so many people back from realizing your fullest potential. Cherie, shout out to you. You have been such a blessing to me using your ministry. God has given you skills in writing and just putting stuff together. And people are being blessed who don't even know your name. So I'm giving you a shout out now. But I want to tell you this. I'm doing this free event on Monday, and I want to just pause here and just say a little bit about this. Because maybe maybe this is the first time you're hearing about it. The Monetize Your Ministry Summit. And can someone just do me a favor on Facebook or on Instagram, put mymsummit.com in the chat. Put mymsummit.com in the chat. mymsummit.com in the chat. If you put that in the chat, I'm going to push it up on the screen because somebody needs to sign up for this free event. Because I'm bringing together 5 individuals who have impacted my life. And I know if you hear them, they're going to impact your life as well. Help me use my codes in the HE field. Human, you got to tell me what that is. All right. So mymsummit.com. Go to that link right now. Some people are typing it in there. Go to the link and register. All it's going to cost you, human resource. All it's going to cost you is time. But you were going to use that time anyway, right? You might have been watching something on Netflix, right? Netflix is $30 a month. No, Netflix is your time. So give your time to something that can actually help you to figure out your passion, actually help you to discover your unique calling in this world, and can help you figure out how to put it out in a way that people say, yes, I want it, and they're willing to exchange their valuable hard-earned money for it. And so sign up for it, mymsummit.com, and take a second step. After you sign up, show up for it, right? Like you don't get no points for just signing up. It's getting an email in your box and not do anything. You need to show up on Monday at 7 Eastern, locked in, paying attention, like giving yourself to this, because I believe if you give your attention to this, it will pay dividends for you. So mymsummit.com. We have 5 amazing individuals who are coming to share from their story and from their expertise. And I just want to say this as I end off with you. Maybe there's somebody who's saying, listen, it's too late for me, man. Like, I'm too old. Maybe someone say I'm too young, right? Like, this is not the best time for me, right? Like, I got too much going on, blah, blah, blah. Listen, let me just tell you this. Mark this date down. Today is the 22nd of September. If you put an alarm for the 22nd of September, 2024, you know what's going to happen between now and 2024, September the 22nd? A year is going to go by. Yeah, the time is going to happen. It's going to go. The only thing that's going to change is what you do in that time. Like, it's going to determine how things are for you on September 22nd, 2024. So if you think, I don't have enough time for this, blah, 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 wait for another time, the time is going to go by, and you're going to be regretting that I didn't take action on the thing God gave me to do. And I believe regret is a heavy, heavy burden. And so here's what I'm saying. Just invest the time, sign up, show up, see if this is for you. See if this is something that can help you to get a head start on that New Year's resolution you're going to write down, finally start my business or finally take my action on my idea. If this can be the thing that helps you to start your new year in September, sign up for it. Cherie says, registering costs seconds of your time. However, showing up is priceless. You see, that's why you have a way with words, because you said that so much better than I did earlier. So I want to encourage you, go to mymsummit.com, register, put it on your calendar, and then show up. Show up, show up, show up. Denise is asking for prayer. I'm just going to call this a prayer request. Lord, help me use my skills in the field that I have a passion for, which is HR. Help me to not be afraid. Denise, so many of us are touching and agreeing with you on this prayer. So many of us, in our private moments, that's the thing that stops us, that fear. That fear of, if I use it and it doesn't work, what will happen? If I put it out there and it's the wrong thing, will I waste time and money? If no one shows up to my thing, I'll be left there with all this. And we this is fear, and it's real. And I'm not here to downplay anyone's fear. I'm here for us to face it and to say, okay, what do we do now to take action on this? And I'm just giving you one action step. Sign up for the summit, actually 2. Sign up if you haven't signed up, and show up. So click the link, join the group, put the time on your calendar, 7 Eastern, and adjust for your different time zones. And show up, because you have something in you that someone needs. Maybe that someone's me. Maybe I need it, right? For my health, for my relationships. Maybe someone else on here needs what you have. And we're just waiting on you to take the first action, and then the next action, and then the next action. Because sometimes we want God to give us the entire roadmap, and God just gives us the first step. And this step is show up for this summit. Sign up and show up. All right, so mymsummit.com. It's been amazing hanging out with you these 3 days this week. Today has just been amazing. So I want to see you on Monday at 7 o'clock. I've been talking with our presenters already. They have some fire content that they're going to share with you. And you have an opportunity to tell me some of the questions you want to ask them. We're going to get out of them everything we can in those 2 hours. All right. We're going to get everything we can out of our presenters. And have a good weekend. Spend some time with your family. Spend some time connecting with nature. Spend some time with God. Spend some time doing something that you enjoy. And then I'll see you on Monday for the summit. All right. Y'all take care. Make sure you share this live. If this blessed you, share it. So if it blessed you, share it. If you know someone who needs a summit, share the link with them as well so they can be here. Go to mymsummit.com. I'll put that graphic up one more time for my people here on Facebook so they can see it. It's mymsummit.com, Monday, September 25th from 7 to 9 p.m. All right, good people. Yeah. All right, good people. Y'all have a great rest of your day. And with that,